What's up, everybody? I just did some grocery shopping and I'm headed home now. But the title of this video is going to be Sometimes I Feel Overwhelmed as a Father. I know I haven't done a lot of parenting videos. I don't know if I've done any parenting videos or family type videos on this channel before, but if you've watched my videos, you've maybe seen my son in some of them, and so I wanted to take this time to kind of broaden my horizons a little bit on this channel by sharing some testimony on being a father, and then maybe there's someone out there who is also a father that maybe can get some good insight or advice from me sharing my perspective. So the whole goal of this video is just to kind of share my reflections with you guys as a father of an almost 2-year-old son, and kind of what I've learned and the things that I need to work on. So let's get into it. The title of the video I said was Sometimes I Feel Overwhelmed as a Father. And this is true. I gotta admit that being a father and having a family is definitely the hardest thing I've ever done. It's relentless, it's non-stop, and there's very few times where you can actually just sit back and relax. I'm up at between 5 and 6 in the morning. It used to be worse, but now my son's on a better sleep schedule, but it's just, there's so many things to do. You gotta cook meals for him, you guys know it, and anyone out there who's a parent, it just, you guys know how non-stop it is. And sometimes at times, especially when your kid's acting up or misbehaving, sometimes I feel kind of overwhelmed. Like my kid today, we were doing some diaper free time and he ended up pooping on the floor, and he smeared his poop into the carpet, which was really fun to clean up. And it was, I kind of let my temper flare a little bit when that happened and got kind of frustrated and irritated. And that's the other thing I've noticed about being a father, is that sometimes my son will do things and it really just triggers me. And I am starting to notice that when something triggers you, it's a call for you to go within and heal something that's going on internally. I've seen a lot of people post about this on social media, about how you can use triggers as valuable points to kind of heal yourself, or anytime something triggers you, basically, like I just said, it's a good way for you to learn more about yourself and learn more about traumas that you haven't healed yet, and maybe attachments you have. And it kind of goes back into what I've been saying a little bit on my recent videos, is it kind of gets back to fighting for control, because in some degree I'm fighting to control my son. I'm fighting to have him behave a certain way. And one of the big lessons of being a father for me is just having to surrender control, because it's not my life anymore. Everything I do in my life revolves around my son. There's not much else I really have going on besides my son and my wife. But our son is kind of our main focus between my wife and I. And so it kind of becomes consuming. And sometimes I get wrapped up in it, and that's when I kind of sometimes feel overwhelmed, because obviously there's no way out. And I'm not complaining or anything. It's just, once in a while I let my anger get the best of me. Once in a while I let myself get frustrated. And what I'm really saying on this video is, it's normal to feel that way. It's normal to get frustrated. It's normal to feel overwhelmed. But you gotta ask why. Why do you feel overwhelmed? Why do you feel frustrated? Why are certain things triggering you? That's what I ask myself. And I noticed one of the biggest triggers for me is trying to control things in my life, not just with my son, but with my job and other things. That's why I made one of my more recent videos, Stop Fighting for Control. That's a big lesson I'm learning in life, is just to kind of surrender the illusion of control. I basically, in my life, operate from the belief that life, the reality we live in, is based upon how do I explain this? Basically, the way reality goes and the way life is going is, depending on how you perceive it, it's all unfolding towards the greater good. And it gets very spiritual, but basically everything in life ultimately ends up in a good way. The whole goal in life is to evolve your consciousness, to evolve your awareness, and to move forward in towards a more loving and compassionate mindset that is not judgmental and isn't constantly fighting for control. And so that's kind of my advice for any parents out there. The biggest piece of advice I can give a parent or a new parent is try as hard as you can to yield and not fight for control. For me, that's been the hardest thing so far, is trying to control things and trying to do things my way, and basically trying to just trying to control too many things, trying to navigate things the way I want to. I know I just repeated myself a bunch of times there, but that's just the best way I can explain what I'm thinking right now. Is the hardest thing for me being a parent was letting go of my idea of how things are supposed to be, letting go of my idea of how my life is supposed to be going and where I'm supposed to be at in life, and all these ideas that ultimately aren't even my own and came from social media and other people and basically society. So once you realize that, one of the things I realized is one of the reasons I get frustrated is because I have an idea of how my life is supposed to be going. And I realized that those ideas don't even come from me. Most of those ideas are conditioned into me through society, through other people, through parents, through media and all that. And that's just a big thing to realize. You gotta understand the source of where all these thoughts are coming from. These urges and all that kind of lead in turn to frustration. And it all comes down to the idea of trying to control things, which is really just the ego mind. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my little rant here. I hope you guys kind of pick up what I'm throwing down here. I may or may not post this video depending on how it looks when I rewatch it. But anyway, guys, the best advice I could give to any parents out there is just try to let go. Try to let go of the idea of how things are supposed to be. Because trust me, in my experience, the way you expect it to go is definitely not going to be the way it goes. So if you can surrender the illusion of control, things will go a lot smoother. Anyway, guys, thank you. Hope you have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.